Kelvin Gastelum versus Israel Adesanya at UFC 236 co-main event for the interim middleweight championship. So Kelvin Gastelum was supposed to fight what's his name, Robert Whittaker for the middleweight championship a couple weeks ago, but because Robert Whittaker got a hernia, he pulled out. So Kelvin and Adesanya will face each other for the interim middleweight championship. So let's talk about each fighters. So Kelvin Gastelum, unbelievable chin. Except for incidents when he got caught by when he got a little bit wobbled by Tyron Woodley, and maybe dropped by Chris Weidman in the second round or third round. He has never been hurt. Like, even when he got hit by a couple times by a hard puncher like Jacare Souza, he was okay. Like, his chin is one of the best in the business. His chin reminds me of a chin that Mark Hunt had in his prime. And Mark Hunt still has good chin. So his chin is just iron chin. And he has a piston of a left hand. His left hand, I think he hits harder than Conor McGregor, and his hand is just as Joe Rogan says, it's a piston of a left hand. He hits so fucking hard. So his main weapon is 1-2, right? 1-2, and every punch, every left hand shot he lands on his opponents, he fucking mauls him. Like when he landed it on Tim Kennedy. When he landed on Vitor Belfort, when he landed on Chris Weidman, when he landed on Jacare Souza, when he landed on fucking everybody, he hurts everybody with his left hand shot. And then he covers distance so quickly with his left hand, like the way he knocked down Chris Weidman with his 1-1-2, 1-1, boom, overhand left, and he's a pretty short and small fighter for a middleweight, and his reach is not the longest, but he covers the distance really, really fast. And he's got really good takedown defense, and he's got good cardio. And that's about it. So let's talk about Israel Adesanya. So Israel Adesanya his chin is not tested yet. I mean, I've seen a fight where he got knocked out in a kickboxing match before he got into MMA, but since he got into MMA, he's, I think, 16-0, and he's never been wobbled or hurt. So, but his chin is not tested yet, but I'm not sure of his punching power. I'm not sure if he has good knockout power, because except for the TKO win that he had in the first fight when he debuted in UFC, he never had a TKO or KO victory. Oh, he did have a KO victory over Derek Brunson, but Derek Brunson, he gets knocked the fuck out by everybody. He wins viciously or he loses viciously. So having a win over Derek Brunson doesn't mean really shit. So, but he does have very fluid striking, and since he have a pedigree in his kickboxing, he's showing some flashy kicks, punches, and elbows in MMA. But like I said, I'm not sure if he has great knockout power. And he has great kicks, but also I'm not sure if it has that much power into it. And he has very good takedown defense. When he debuted in UFC, at first his takedown defense was terrible. It wasn't good. But when he fought Derek Brunson, it seemed like he prepared a lot more for takedown defense. So I think his takedown defense now is pretty good to defend high-level wrestlers. I don't think he can defend Chris Weidman's wrestling or Yoel Romero's wrestling, but it's pretty good. So that's about it for Israel Adesanya. So who do I think is going to win the fight? I mean, I could be biased because I like Kelvin Gastelum, but I think Kelvin Gastelum wins this one, hands down. Because, I mean, Israel Adesanya is not a knockout artist. At least what we've seen in UFC. He's not a knockout artist, but Kelvin Gastelum has iron chin, so I don't think he's gonna be able to. Even if he wins, I don't think he's gonna be able to win by knockout. I don't think he's gonna win by submission. I don't think it's if Adesanya. I don't think it's wrestling is Adesanya's game plan. So I just think in Kelvin Gastelum's left hand shot, piston of a left hand. I think it's gonna land sooner or later. I think it's gonna find its home and fucking knock out Israel Adesanya. I just hate this Israel Adesanya's hype train. I just don't get it. I see that he's flashy. I mean, I see that he has kickboxing pedigree, but the thing that he has no knockout power. Like when he fought Anderson Silva, I don't know why people are so excited about the fight that they had. I mean, for a 3-round fight, if it was a co-main event, it would be good. But it was a fucking main event for the pay-per-view. I know it's because of Robert Whittaker's hernia, but the fact that they did fucking nothing but just evading shots and jabbing each other, evading shots, ducking down the head kicks. I mean, that's cool to watch, but for a fucking main event, I wasn't impressed. Like Kelvin said that if he was fighting Anderson Silva, he would have finished him, and I think so. For Adesanya to not be able to finish a Anderson Silva who is out of his prime, who doesn't seem like who's fighting seriously anymore. I'm not impressed by him. So I think Kelvin Gastelum, he wins by either KO or decision. I just don't see Adesanya winning this fight. How can Adesanya win this fight? I think Kelvin Gastelum, his left hand shot will find its home and fucking knock out that Israel Adesanya, who looks like John Jones, but who is nothing like John Jones. So who do you think is going to win the fight? I think Kelvin Gastelum will fucking kill him. So let me know what you think in the comment. Thanks for watching.